All right, Butler Tech and the broader community, welcome. My name is William Sprankles, proudly serving as the superintendent for Butler Tech Schools, and this is the first episode of our Butler Tech podcast and video podcast to be direct, and want to celebrate the students from our digital media program with the instructors, Mr. Caleb Swellbar. We appreciate you getting us off the ground, designing the set. There's a half dozen students behind us over here running this whole show, and we're super thankful for the professional set and the opportunity to have a video podcast in Butler Tech. The purpose of the Good Trouble podcast is to talk with educators, to talk with people from the Butler Tech community that are leaving a dent in the world, that are changing public education. So today, with me, I have our first guest on our first episode ever. Is Mr. Lee Quarter. Everybody in the studio is clapping right now.
Thank you.
Maybe the kids can throw one of the sound effects of clapping when we publish it.
Yes.
So to get started, Lee, I came to Butler Tech 8 years ago, and it probably took me, 18 months, maybe 2 years, but after a little bit of time, you turned into not only a great colleague to support me, but a great friend. And we've been cruising, riding, for 5-6 years, doing a whole list of really amazing educational things with other leaders around us, other teachers.
Right.
So today I wanted to focus on that, but I want to start with having you kind of maybe spend 60 seconds. What's your micro story? Like, meaning, where are you from? Where'd you grow up at? And what does it mean to grow up wherever you're from?
Look, thank you for having me on here. I'm excited about this. This is just another step in doing the things that we do here around Butler Tech, so it's appreciated. I'm from Eastern Ohio originally, over around Wheeling, West Virginia, over that way. I grew up in an area that was economically depressed. Wasn't uncommon for 18-20% unemployment back in the day, back in the 80s. And for some reason, and I found out later why this was, my dad never seemed to be out of work. So I taught in the district that I went to high school in. Then I went out to Arizona and taught on an Indian reservation, Apache Indian reservation, for a year.
I forgot you did that. You told me that.
Yeah, I came back to grad school and got into administration as a regular assistant principal. I was at Lakota freshman for a while, been around a few places, but I really found my home in 2008 when I got on at Butler Tech after 2 failed interviews.
Okay.
So it wasn't the easiest place to get into, nor should it be. But what I quickly found out was, going retro back to thinking about my dad being in work, I had discovered that my dad had several career tech related certificates and license. And that kept him in the workforce, and it kept us in the middle class. Prior to that, it was a little tight.
In your garage, because I've been in your garage a couple of times to hang out. Lee's a professional chef. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You have a record hanging up in the top wall of your garage that is, I think your dad produced, or he's the artist of. Tell me about your dad.
Yeah, he's the artist of it. My dad, you talk about purpose and passion, and his passion was music. It's country music, and he had attempted to make a living at it for years and years and years, and had ended up down in Nashville.
Okay.
And cut a record, cut a 45, flip side, got one song on one side the other. He wrote them, and at that time, you just sent him out to radio stations.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't quite grab a hold because he sounded like a lot of other people that were singing at the time.
Okay.
But it's good. It's well done.
Tell the audience your dad's name in case they want to track it down.
Yeah, it's Leroy Quarter, and Corder, and he's on Spotify. You can find it. If you can hack the twang, you'll enjoy it.
All right. We talked about your dad's music. We talked about your garage, which leads to your passion. Maybe share with the audience outside of education. We'll still get into some educational stuff here in a couple minutes. Talk about your passion for cooking, your passion for serving.
And my passion for cooking started when I was a kid, growing up in that small town back east there. We had a rather large Catholic church that had festivals, and dances and so forth like that. So,
like Footloose?
Wasn't quite. It was polka.
Yeah. It's what?
Polka.
Polka?
Yeah, a lot of polka music, accordion.
Polka music.
Yeah, polka, and sawdust on the floor so you could move your feet around real good. And there were lots of World War II veterans up there, and they were from second generation from all over Eastern Europe and different parts like that. And I just learned from those guys, just watching them, what they were doing. They would let me cook. They'd let me tend the fire. We did chickens. We did a lot of chickens, do 400 or 500 chickens at a time. And that was our fundraiser, part of the fundraiser for that church. So they sent me on errands, and I just sat around and listened to them. And it was one of the coolest experiences of my life.
Things that I came to learn about you in the last couple of years is you'd frequently would leverage your passion for cooking. I know you have a cooking business, private cooking business, a catering company, cooking business, food truck, etc. You would give to local first responders.
Correct.
And nobody, like, it's not something you brag about ever. You don't ever talk about it, but you share with me in private. Like, who are those organizations, or why do it, and why?
Well, first of all, anyone who's in a first responder type occupation, it's nothing but giving.
Yeah. And
you're helping others. And I thought anyone that's willing to go through what they go through on a daily basis, because they don't get paid near enough. But the mental toll on that can be real tough on a person. Just like teaching, you're giving all the time. But anyone who is in military, first responder, could be EMT, police, fire, whatever. I'll typically either do it for free, or it'll be at a substantial discount for those, because I care about what they do, and just try to help them get through the day a little bit.
Give the audience maybe 30 seconds. What's your primary food of choice that you cook? Like, what do you cook? What do you serve?
It's mainly around barbecue, Texas style, which means in the cooking process it doesn't have a lot of sauces or anything on it. It's pretty simple. And brisket, ribs, chicken, lots of different things, the mac and cheese, all that kind of stuff. But my passion really in cooking is Cajun and Creole.
Cajun and Creole?
That's my favorite things to make, but
yeah,
it's limited in who all will eat that.
Is that the jambalaya mix?
Yeah, jambalayas and gumbos and etouffees.
Nathan is his name. He's the student that's the lead production lead officer on this podcast. Nathan, you think it's cool if we ask Lee Corder to bring in some jambalaya, some ribs, and some mac and cheese in the next couple of weeks for the students that are behind the scenes filming the podcast right now?
Yeah.
All right.
One quick cool story around that Cajun Creole stuff. When I was out at Madison High School, I was the assistant principal.
Yeah.
And I got right in with the cooks. That's who your cooks, your secretaries.
Like the actual cafeteria staff?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we had a big cooker back there. We could cook 700 person servings. So I would do my jambalaya for the student body. And the ultimate honor was the seniors, the last week of school, the seniors at Madison, they get to pick the menu.
Yeah.
What they want that week. And I was chosen several years in a row for that jambalaya. So it was cool.
Tell us, give a 60-second overview quickly. What's your family structure?
I have 2 daughters. I'm married. My wife's a principal in Springboro, and
she put you on suspension.
Yeah, put me on suspension. And I am one daughter owns her own business here locally. They both went through Butler Tech programs.
Say that again.
Both my daughters went through Butler Tech programs.
All right, there you go.
And it has helped them out immensely.
I know your one daughter. Tell me her name that had Commander Fitzgerald.
Lily. Yeah,
she loved Commander Fitzgerald. Correct?
Yeah, she does.
Shout outs to Mr. Fitzgerald. Runs our criminal justice program. Is one of the best instructors around.
Great guy.
Thankful for him.
He's a great guy, and it goes to relationships, which I know we're going to talk about here. So
yes,
he's the epitome of it.
Yeah. Let's get into a couple questions that I left. Aside from your dad's music, what else is in your musical rotation? I know you're a Spotify guy. Is it all country?
No, I'm all over the place with it. Yeah, you could have a little hip hop followed by Hank Williams Sr. or Jr. It's all over. I just love music.
Gotcha.
It's always been comforting.
Since you've been at Butler Tech, one of the things I learned from you was the importance of strong satellite programs. So for the people watching the program, we of course have campuses with campus programs, and then we also have satellite schools where our satellite instructors are out in those various different communities.
Right.
All the way from Northwest to Lakota to Madison. There's 13 different communities. Talk about the importance of what does it mean to have strong satellite programs and or strong satellite teachers in those spaces?
Well, what it means is we have a greater reach. We serve anywhere from 18 to 19,000 kids a day. I think we have roughly 120 satellite teachers.
Yeah.
So we're out there that way, and kids kids recognize the brand. They recognize, Butler Tech, although most kids these days, probably when they're in kindergarten, they start hearing about it because we're good at marketing. But what we want, whether it's in Lakota East High School or at Colerain or here on this campus, is the kids have got to feel something different when they walk in that classroom.
Yeah.
They got to feel it, see it, and they'll pick up on that relationship right away with that teacher. So we're basically taking our guiding principles and we're putting them out there in all these different locations. I think there's 53, something like that.
Yeah, 52 buildings we serve.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I believe in whenever the opportunity presents itself is to give shout outs. I know we already shouted out Commander Fitzgerald, who's somebody that has great relationships with teachers. And I know you can't name them all, but who's a couple teachers that over the years and satellites that you just really learned from have just profound relationships with young people that you think are ambassadors for Butler Tech?
Scott Fetzer, Nikki Drew, Ed Matlack, Jim Williams, Todd Hummer. I said Robin Setter. Our ag programs are always real strong. They're with those kids more than anybody.
Yeah.
Except for maybe mechatronics and robotics. They're with those kids a ton. So that's the thing about people who teach for us. They've got to be kid magnets. Kids have got to want to be in their classes. It's got to look and feel different. And the ones who do that the best are the ones that come to my mind right away.
Yeah. Because these two worlds collide for you, maybe let's close out this segment of the conversation. What's the intersection or the commonality between being a teacher and serving food?
Well, both of those should be bringing people together.
Yeah.
Both of those entities or folks should be listening to what's on their kids' minds, to be paying attention to their culture, their cultural background. And food, to me, is the ultimate way for people to sit down and talk. You break bread and you eat and you listen to one another and you learn about one another. So to me, the food's important. I'm not sure whether it's number one or number two as to conversations.
Depends on who the cook is.
Yeah, it depends on who the cook is. Yeah, the conversation was great, but the food was it's just it's an opportunity there that I just think is, to me, it's plain as day to see.
So the last maybe, I don't know, 2 years of your life has been a massive curveball. With you made it. You made a decision to publicly share your journey with cancer, probably halfway through your journey at some point.
Right.
And just recently, we had a series of events started back in July, and then there was an event last weekend. You've had two really large events for the Lee Quarter Culinary Scholarship Fund.
Right.
Maybe let's start, what's that about? What are you trying to achieve? And then we'll get into some other dialogue around the journey with cancer.
Okay. What it's about is it's an opportunity for those crossroads of that culturally bringing people together and supporting career tech, supporting culinary, which is near and dear to my heart. It started in that when you're sick and you have cancer, you have tons of people reaching out wanting to help, well-intended. Give me a call if you need anything. What do you need? That kind of thing. And we're lucky, my wife and I, our family, we're lucky we're financially okay, so I didn't want to go fund me or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I did need to give an avenue out for people to help. And I wanted to do something extra. I wanted to wanted to have some kind of legacy. So we met with the Hamilton Community Foundation. Everything runs through them. And we decided that we're going to do a scholarship for a culinary arts student. First choice would be somebody here on the main campus through Chef Simpson's program.
Shout outs to Chef Simpson, great guy.
It's a $5,000 per year renewable scholarship. If we raise $100,000, then it will last forever. It'll be funded.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
What's the threshold at? Like, how far are you?
Response has been fantastic. We've only been doing it for 5 months, I think, maybe, and we're at 86,000 of the 100.
Close.
Yeah, we're getting close.
We're gonna get to 100.
We're gonna get to 100, and that first person will be awarded that scholarship this spring. And I just want to add, what really put that idea over the top is I was having lunch at Cafe Lee.
Yeah.
And the kids had to come out, the students, seniors have to come out and talk about their meal.
Their menu, their senior capstone.
Yeah, their senior capstone. And a kid had been admitted to New York City CIA. Culinary Institute of America. Well, that's the Yale and Harvard of CIA.
Sure.
Wasn't sure he's going to be able to afford it because it's expensive, as they all are. And I thought that solidified that was the right thing to do for me, is to form the scholarship.
Things that it might sound regular because we see so many fundraisers all over that are just in local society, our economy, our lives. We see fundraisers all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think what blows me away, stops me in my tracks is I watch you come to work and grind it out for 6 years, hard every day. And then the last 2 years, you go on this physical, emotional,
Mm-hmm.
mental battle with cancer. And somehow you find a way to make it a priority to give to other people during your own struggle.
Right.
I don't know what the question is there, but like what's driving you? Like stage 4 cancer is wildly. I mean, you and I both have talked about this in the back of your mind.
Right.
You're wrestling with what does that mean for me?
Right.
And then here you are somehow courageously finding a way to give to the community and the kids in the culinary program. Like, is that like what drives you to do that? Like, what is that the legacy? Is that like how does a person go through that and give back?
Well, I always start with the premise that there's people that have it worse than me. It's always been my base my whole life. And we never know what anyone else is going through. That's always something to remember. So when that person cuts you off in traffic, you may want to do one thing, but take a pause and think about what might be going on that you don't know about there. But what it does for me, I don't know. It's therapeutic for me to give.
Okay.
I've always felt like I've been a person that gives, and that's what I get out of it, knowing that this is going to go on long after I'm around, and it has the potential to change lives, trajectories, just like what happened with my dad.
Yeah.
And I didn't mention, but my mother too. My mother went back to career tech to get her LPN when she was 40.
Okay.
So I believe in it, and I strongly believe that this will help push someone over the hill where they're making a difference, and in their lives. And that's the purpose.
I think this grand idea of paying it forward is easy for people to talk about, but for me, it's just important to name. It's super commendable.
Thank you.
To watch one of your best colleagues, your best friends, go through something.
Yeah.
And push your own struggle aside, compartmentalize it aside.
Yeah.
To be able to have the opportunity to generate money or funds to give to somebody else in the future is, it's just commendable, man. And so I totally love you.
Thank you.
I love you. Want to make sure that the community loves you. This is not the end of this podcast either. It just felt like the appropriate moment to just say that I love you. And
thank you. Me too.
Something that I've learned from you, I'd say over the last 6 or 7 years, is two things that I think about when I think of you. One is you have this extreme degree of patience.
Yes.
And or calmness, whichever of the two it is. But you're always patient with people. You're always kind to people. And then two is you have a remarkable sense of humor. Somehow, in spite of your own challenges, you've still maintained a sense of humor with a sense of patience. And I think that's why there's so many people in the local community invested in your fundraisers. Of course, there's people that are always passionate about supporting causes like cancer. I think in this particular situation, most of the people this is about supporting you because you've built your community of relationships, right? There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
The event that was in Hamilton back in the summer, I think there must have been 500 people there.
Yes. Yeah. I want it.
Shout outs to the Hamilton Community Foundation. I know you have a great colleague and friend in Joel Lauer.
Yes.
On that particular organization, and they do great things for Butler Tech Schools. So always want to take the opportunity while we're together to acknowledge them and shout them out.
Yeah, it seemed like a natural fit because the Hamilton community and Butler Tech are working together on a lot of projects.
As we kind of talk about your legacy, talk me through in your teaching career. What has been something that was a pivotal moment that shaped your understanding of things differently, or helped you have a light bulb moment? Like, what was the moment? Was it a thing? Was it a person? Like, what are some of those narratives? Like, who kind of forged your understanding of major understandings in education?
Well, I'm gonna go back to the relationship piece, because I think that that's at the center of all teaching and learning. Along with the other three components of our four core. But part of relationship is understanding your students, understanding your audience. And a pivotal moment for me was when I went out to the Apache Indian Reservation, San Carlos, Arizona. It's a home tribe of Geronimo. Everybody's heard of Geronimo, I know. And I found out really quick what their perspective of the education that they were receiving. I taught U.S. history to Native Americans, and not everything. The history was a little bit tainted, and it wasn't coming from their perspective.
Sure.
So that's for sure, in a lot of different ways. But I picked up on that, and I had to navigate that. But what I learned was just to listen, to listen to these kids. They were smart if you would keep your ears and eyes open and listen to them. So that was a big moment for me. I was only out there for a year.
Okay.
But I learned.
Did you live on the reservation?
I lived off. There was no available housing for me. But one of the coolest things was that when I knew I was, quote, accepted by the tribe, was they would always, throughout the year, every once in a while, people would say, well, where are you from? Where's your family from? Are they from England, Germany, whatever? I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I said, I just didn't know. And there was a day when one of our educational aides brought that up, and I gave him the same standard answer. I didn't know. And she says, well, you're one of us now. And that was pretty moving.
I'm sure it was. Tell me, aside from your legacy around impacting potential young people in the culinary industry, what do you want to be known for?
I want to be known for being supportive of others, being kind, being a listener, and just a system of support and bringing people together for fun and for laughter.
Yeah,
and for sharing.
Yeah, earlier in the podcast, I joked about your garage. Lee does a lot of his food prep out of his garage, and it's turned into really like a community space. Lots of friends,
yes,
lots of family, lots of laughter,
right,
lots of good food. And I've been fortunate to hang out in Lee's garage a couple times, and I always leave there feeling fulfilled, whether it be interactions with your family, getting to meet friends that are from another chapter in your life that weren't from Butler Tech, and just different people from the community that you get to meet in that space.
Yeah, I love making connections with people.
Yeah.
That they may not see the connections themselves, but to me, it's clear as day.
Yeah.
This person needs to talk to that person. They need to share stories. They need to listen to one another. So it's always been intuitive for me to pick up on that. Yeah, the garage is a fun space. Looks like a museum, pictures all over the place, but it's cool. It's a nice setting.
I know you talked about your dad, but let's shift gears. Maybe there's someone else. Who's someone else in your life that's pretty influential to you?
One of my teachers, Nikki Drew, she's been real strong. Used to be one of my teachers. She's real strong. She listens. She's supportive. My wife's been fantastic through this. My kids have been great. You know, they keep doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is going to work.
Yeah, right.
Helping out around the house and doing things like that. So I'm inspired by them. I'm inspired most recently by Mr. B, Brent Billingsley.
Yeah. Shout outs to Mr. Brent. He's Butler Tech's in-house resident artist.
Yeah.
Who is also surviving, wrestling with, and battling almost the exact same form of identical cancer that you have.
Correct.
Correct? Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so shout outs to Brent, a.k.a. Mr. B. He's probably somewhere spilling some paint right now when he sees this particular snippet of the podcast. He's going to text us both the phrase spilling some paint. I'm sure he is.
And he has. And from a work and friend standpoint, I can't thank you enough, Marty Durham enough, John Graff. Everyone in this organization has been nothing but supportive.
Yeah.
Me. And It's appreciated.
Dude. All right. Feels like a good natural close to the podcast. So we'll shut it down. That's the first episode of the official Butler Tech video podcast, aka the Good Trouble podcast, where the objective is to let educators, let teachers, even students make their dent in the world, make an impact, talk about what they're passionate about, talk about what they want their purpose in life to be. And thank you for having the courage to share on camera and on video your story, your journey, your battle with cancer, your passion for food, your dad, his music, and the things that you want to be known for. And I love you. I'm super thankful to know you. Things I'm taking away is to always be patient when I'm known for not being patient. I appreciate that about Lee Quarter, and I appreciate the push to always have a sense of humor. You always find a way to laugh when things are tough for the people around you. So I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Nathan, shout out to you and your crew for the first episode. I'm not sure if you're recording this, but we appreciate you guys. There's a whole team of students. Lee Quarter is going to bring them in a slab of ribs, some mac and cheese, and some jambalaya, hopefully. So shout outs to everyone in the Butler Tech ecosystem, all of our partner schools, our school board members, and our leadership team. Most importantly, our students and our teachers and our support staff for allowing us to do amazing things at Butler Tech to change the field of career tech and public education. Peace.